Hi, this is Tina Angelotti, head coach at West L.A. Crossfit, and we're gonna in the Krav Maga Worldwide Training Center. Today we're going to go over some pieces of the muscle up. And this is going to be the most basic version, so if you've never done a muscle up before and you've never really attempted or have no idea where to start, this is a really good place to start. But if you are also somebody who does muscle ups regularly, but you tend to struggle through them, you might find some holes in your muscle up game by doing some of these drills. So what we're going to do is come over to these rings, and you'll set your rings up. So we consider this a low ring, and we set the ring up about the height of your chest to start, and you'll get into the ring like you're at the bottom of a dip, and that will be how you test if your ring is at the right height. And what we'll do is call this position 1. Okay, so you really want to understand position 1, meaning that your elbows are on top of your wrists, your shoulders are out in front of the rings are tight to the body, touching your ribs, and you should feel pretty solid and secure in this position. So here's our position 1. From 1, we're going to roll back to position 2. So what you'll do is lean your shoulders behind the rings. Your rings are going to rotate, and you're going to pause with the rings right at the chest. Then from position 2, you're going to go right back into position 1 and pause. So I like to have people go back and forth from 1 to 2 at least 3 times. So that's 2, and then we would go for a 3rd repetition. And then we take a little rest. If you have a good understanding for position 1 and position 2, we're going to add position 3. Same setup, we start in position 1. We roll back to position 2, pause for just a second, and then we're going to straighten the arms all the way, and we'll call this position 3. From 3, we're going to go back to 2, pull back into 1, and again, repeat that for 3 reps. So that was 1 rep. Now we'll do a 2nd rep. Position 2, position 3, back to 2, pull to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1. So when you're practicing, you might be wondering, where should my feet be? When you get into your position 1, your feet should be right underneath your rings, or right underneath the attachment that the rings are on. So here's your position 1, and as you rock back to 2, you're at an angle with your torso. We extend back, and now it's like a ring row. Go back to your 2, and then into your 1. The reason I like to teach it this way, and why I feel like it is an effective way for people to learn the movement of the muscle up, is because when we start at the top, our hand is already in the position that it needs to be to do a muscle up. So when I go from position 1 to position 2, I can focus on just keeping my hand in the exact same spot it started and not let the hand move on the ring at all. For example, if I go from position 1 to position 2 and my hand slides down the ring, I am now not in a good position to go from 3 to 2 back to 1. So you see my wrist position. We start in 1. We keep our hand exactly in the same position as we go to 2. It's not going to move on the ring. And when I straighten my arms, it still doesn't move. It's still in the same spot. Then we pull to 2 and into 1, and my hand is in the same position and it never moves. One of the things that I'm looking for when people are doing this drill is that they stay connected to the rings. We want to keep a connection from the rings to the hands through the body. As I'm moving very slow, and at every point there's some tension on the rings pushing down. So it's like I'm using the ring as a tool all the way through the movement. What I will see people do looks like this, where they're losing connection, they drop back, and then they start to use momentum to come up. And there's this moment of time where there's no connection, where there's no pressure on the rings. So we want to really get people to understand how to stay connected through the whole movement, because that is what is going to transfer to good position. Okay, once you've gotten those 3 pieces and you're feeling like you want to push and go a little stronger, from here you can push up with your arms and work on that extended position, lower back down, or if that feels challenging, you can bend your knees and do a little jump up and lower back down, and then continue the same way we did through 1, 2, and 3. So I hope you guys like the drill today. Get in the gym, play with it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments and we will get back to you. And please subscribe to our channel. See you soon.